Hello, it's Jenny again, and we are on week 3 of the Contact Sphere Challenge. Let's take a look at the timeline. You can see that we're almost ready to start hosting your events. But first, let's talk about inviting. Our main goal this week is to make it easy for each of you to identify and invite 6 individuals for each of your events. And it won't take too long to identify those people because you have the list of professions that you're already targeting, remember, on your scorecard. Now let's take a deep dive into where you can find these people to invite. We'll start by dividing all the people possible into 3 categories: the people you know, the people you kind of know, and people you just haven't met yet. And to make it easy, what if we took 2 people from each of these categories for each of your events? So let's start brainstorming places you can start looking for people in each of these categories. In the category of people you know, you might start with just scrolling through the contact list on your phone. Look at your vendor list. Who are the people for your business or for your home who wash your windows, cut your grass? We're doing all kinds of services and bringing products to your office or your home. You also might look at who you're sending Christmas cards to. These are all people you already have relationships with. The second category of people, the ones you kind of know, are people you might find in a directory of a group that you are affiliated with. This might be a church group or a Rotary group, or maybe the parent-teacher organization at your kid's school. You also might be on a sports team, or your kids may be on sports teams. Those are people you have a connection to, even though the relationship might not go that deep. Gym memberships, clubs, any kind of interest you have. This is a great place to start. And finally, the people you haven't met yet. You probably joined a BNI chapter because you wanted to expand your network. So here's your chance to do just that. Look for the places where people are advertising, because those are people who want to grow their businesses. Maybe they're sending you advertisements in some sort of a mail or direct mail thing that comes to your house. Maybe these are people who are buying ads in the programs for your kids' sporting events, or they have magnets that they send you in the mail. They're wrapping their vehicles. And social media is also a great place for you to put out some feelers and say, who do you know who's really great at this thing? Because we want quality people to come to our event. So then we're going to send the invitations. We're going to make that part easy too. We have several ways for you to do that. Social media is a great way to highlight the BNI logo, which could mean a lot of good things to people. And it's a way to share across lots of platforms with all the people in your chapter. There are all kinds of graphics very dedicated to the professions you're looking for your contact sphere on bnibranding.com. It's always easy to send email. So we have some templates available for you. You can just cut and paste, put your signature with your business, as well as the BNI logo into the email, and be sure you include the Zoom link or the physical address where you'll be having your event. And this is a great way to start making some connections, whether or not the visitor comes to your chapter or applies for membership. There might just be a business opportunity for you. And finally, you might want to stick out from the crowd and send a card or a letter through the US Postal Service. That happens. In that case, we encourage you to use your company letterhead and put the BNI logo in there and put a business card in the envelope. Who knows if when you're making a follow-up call that this might be an opportunity for you to do some business. And you'll find email templates and letter templates on bnicoreregions.com. The final piece of this inviting process is the follow-up phone calls. Now, we know that the rate of return on direct mail is about 1 to 2%. So if each of you is going to the trouble to identify strategic people, send the invitations, but you never make a call to follow up, the 1 to 2% return rate on direct mail is probably going to be the same for your event. And after you've worked so hard and spent so much time to make a successful event, is all of that really worth it for 1 or 2 or 3 visitors? Probably not. So if we want to have an amazing event with 20 to 30 visitors, phone calls are key to making this happen. The invitation actually is just the excuse to make the phone call in the first place. So we recommend blocking off 20 to 30 minutes on your calendar sometime prior to the event so you can make these calls. And you'll call each of the people you've invited. We have some really great scripts for this, but it might be something as simple as, hey, I was just calling to see if you received my invitation, and ask if they can join you to learn about an effective way to grow their business. Maybe you could even set up a specific time, and whether it's on Zoom or in person, you can have some sort of a calling party with your chapter so you can get some things done and have fun at the same time. And remember that you want to review the Contact Sphere Challenge scorecard with your chapter champion and your leadership team so that you can know which people to invite on which dates. So if you haven't sent the professions you're looking for to your chapter champion yet, now is the time to do that. And next week, we'll cover how to host an amazing event specifically focused on each of your contact spheres.